Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Sunday the 25th of March. It's really nice to be with you and thank you for joining me. Now, I'm really excited to use this deck. I ordered this deck, the Game of Thrones Tarot, for me personally because I really like the show and I'm a fan of the show. And I was wondering whether I was going to use it on the actual channel because it raises a really important question. It raises the question, is the tarot something that is just there to entertain? And can I base my life decisions on cards that are based on a TV show? Doesn't that make the whole thing a joke? How can I make life decisions based on something that was designed to be on television and to entertain the masses? And I think that's a really valid question. And my answer to that is that the tarot in itself is a way of reading symbols. Oh, this is beautifully packaged. You've got these little things. And we've got a cute little guidebook, all done very nicely. Nice. So this is an unboxing as well as a tarot reading. Great. So the tarot is a system of symbols, and whether it's an HBO tarot deck, the Game of Thrones tarot deck, or whether it's something totally ridiculous like the Twisted tarot deck that I used a couple of days ago, it doesn't matter what the symbols are. The important thing about the tarot is that you look at symbols and you look at images that you're comfortable with and that you can understand and that elicit some sort of response in you. And it's by looking at those symbols and deciphering the symbols that you open up a doorway to your own intuition. And it's through listening to your intuition, not the tarot, your own intuition, that will give you the messages. In South Africa, they have witch doctors and they're called Sangoma. And they read bones and sticks and leaves. They throw these, they have them in the little sacks, and they throw them. And the way the patterns are created by the sticks falling, that's what gives them a symbol. That's what shows them a certain pattern. And those are the symbols that they then see. And that's what they feel comfortable looking at. And that opens the doorway, this little inner crack in your mind's eye, which lets light in and which allows you to step through into the world of the intuition and which gives you access to the collective unconscious. That's how I see it. Collective unconscious is a term coined by Jung, and it's the same thing as the source of all knowledge, the Akashic records. That one place, because we all are one, that one place that we all have access to and that we can all get to by using our intuitions. In my case, I'm a triple earth sign. My chart, I've got a Taurus rising, a Virgo sun, and a Capricorn moon. So I'm all about earth and realizing that there's something wrong with this planet, that it's an illusion, and that there's something beyond the physical nature of what this planet is. So because I'm a triple earth, I'm so connected with this planet that I understand that it's an outpicturing of our inner beliefs and that everything that goes on has a spiritual cause behind it. And that's why I'm able to use, and that's why I love to use numerology and tarot and astrology, because they're physical, tangible systems of divination which allow me to look at symbols which are of the earth, and in this case they are symbols of a TV show which I've watched. So I know them, I'm familiar with them, and by looking at those symbols I can then read the cards and see what the meaning of the cards is, and that opens that doorway into my intuition, and I then combine the meaning of the card with what I'm feeling and with what my guidance is telling me, and that's how I give a predictive message for the day, and that's how I give predictions and how I give messages in my personal readings. It's a combination of the system, the tool, and what it does for me, that it gives me that doorway in my head to open it up and give me access to the collective unconscious. So I just wanted to mention that because it did raise the question for me. Is this, is the tarot just for entertainment? Is it just some jokey little thing that you do when you're bored? No. When I make a decision in life, I use a tarot deck and I lay them for myself, although I find it quite difficult to read for myself. But when I do, I use the tarot and I see what messages that gives me and also what my intuition says in response to what the cards say. If the cards say everything's going to be wonderful and my intuition says, well, actually it's not, then I've got that message internally that there's my answer. So if you're someone who's starting out, and I'm sorry I'm giving you a lecture on the tarot here, I know you just want your daily reading, but if you're someone who's just starting out and you're asking the question, should I always listen to what the cards meaning is, or should I listen to my intuition and what my guidance is telling me? Always listen to your intuition and not just the card meanings, because it's your intuition and it's your connection to the collective unconscious that gives you the real messages, the truthful answers that you're looking for. Okay? So I just wanted to mention that because this was just going to be something that I ordered for myself as a private thing, but I think it's important to kind of delve into that and explain it a little bit. So first of all, we have the 3 of coins, then we have the 5 of cups, and finally we have the Ace of Comms. Ace of Comms is the 8 of Pentacles. I'll have a look at the guidebook in a minute to see what comms means, but it's pentacles, obviously, because we have the pentacles there. Anyway, I don't want to keep this reading too long, so I'll look that up later and I'll give you the meaning next time. So first of all, the 3 of coins means that you're an expert and you have what it takes to build a church, a castle, a structure of your own. You can create something beautiful in your own life and you can get other people to help you. So ask yourself what it is that you want to build in your life. Listen to your feelings and then be practical about it and do it. You have the expertise, you have the strength, you have the power to build something yourself. We look at these wonderful structures in the world. We look at the St. Paul's in London, that beautiful church, cathedral, and we just assume that it's there, but someone actually dreamt that up and built it. And you're someone who has the potential to build something, whether you're handy, like I'm not very handy. I can change a light bulb and put up a little bit of, fix the grouting in my shower and stuff, but I can't really do much when it comes to building. So this is about being able to build something either practical, if you are handy, or building something emotional. So building yourself up emotionally, working on yourself. But it's about creation of something beautiful and new and something that's personal, asking for help and getting other people on board to support you. The 5 of Cups is a card that has to do with perspective. It's grieving the 3 cups that have spilled and forgetting about the cups that are still there. She has, it's one thing to say, focus on the good thing. You still got this beautiful house to live in. You've got a black gown to wear. You've got these cups that you can mourn over, but be grateful for all the good things that you've got. That's all very well, but I still have these 3 spilled cups and that was a mistake and I'm angry about it. This card is saying that emotionally, today, you have the choice. You can either look at what's wrong in your life and lament that, or you can look at the positives and how you can build on that. So it's a very emotional day, and that's what's central to this day. We've got 2 pentacle cards here. Oh, it says coins. It says coins. I thought because here it's connected, it's comms. It's coins. I see that now. So coins is pentacles. Makes sense. Okay. So these cards are irrelevant. What's at the center is your feeling and is your perspective. So either you can look to the past and say, that was disappointing, that didn't work, I'm upset. Or you can say, I've still got a lot of opportunity here. I've got a house, I've got money, I've got my physical health, I have the ability to dream. I have things in my life which are still yet to come. I'm not at the end of the road. And if you turn around and you stop grieving and you pick up these 2 cups and you say, oh my God, I've got a lot that I can do and I have dreams that I'm going to build on, you can create something really amazing. So the cards are saying, please, 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 look at the future, look at what's coming up in your life and what's yet to be done and what dreams you can build. The Eight of Coins is someone working hard in an armory. So if you put in the work, first of all, if you allow yourself to dream your dreams, then you put in the work to create those things, you can build something really special and wonderful for yourself. So this is a very personal day of looking inwards and saying, what are my hopes and dreams? And how can I get started with those? And that's not always easy to decipher. So for instance, I love Glastonbury. I love where I live, but it's quite rural. And a lot of you guys who have been watching this channel for a while, you know that I go on dates and I'm looking for a partner. You know, I've been looking for a partner for a while. And I thought my sister has now moved to East Grinstead in Sussex. And I just thought it might be really nice if I moved to Brighton because I'd be nearer my sister, and Brighton is also like the gay centre of the UK. So maybe if I move to Brighton, I will be able to, it'll be much easier for me to find a partner, and that's something I can do. And that guidance, that message came up for me. I did a reading for that. I did a reading myself on that. And the message that I got was, when I visited Brighton, it didn't feel amazing to me. I didn't get like, oh, this is home. This is this amazing place. And in Glastonbury, I do get that feeling. I get a feeling of connection and I get a feeling of, I love it here. And the reason I'm mentioning this example is because sometimes your guidance and what you want to do isn't that easy to decipher. So on a common sense level, yes, it would make sense for me to move to Brighton because the odds of meeting someone would be much higher because there are a lot more gay people there than in Glastonbury. But on an emotional level, I love Glastonbury. I feel connected. I feel spiritually at ease here. And the odds of me meeting someone here are far more reduced because it's a rural area. So I've looked at this via the cards and listened to my guidance, and the answer I've come up with is that I should build something here where I'm happy and comfortable, and I should focus on realizing my hopes and dreams, and that the relationship side of things will take care of itself when I look at building something for myself. It kind of fits with today's reading because that's something personally that I'm going through, and it serves as a good example, I think. So that's the way to do this. Look at your feelings and your guidance. Weigh it up with different things. Talk to your higher power. Talk to your angels. Talk to your guides about it. See what doing the opposite would feel like, what reaction that creates. If you have any divination tools of your own, do a reading for yourself and see what your cards say on it. And then weigh up those different symbols and those different sources of information and listen to how they make you feel, and based on your feelings, then decide. Once you get to that place of, I've weighed everything up, put in the work to create something wonderful and beautiful, and you can build something that's really aligned with your feelings and that you won't regret because you gave it some thought before and you put a lot of thought into it. So even if this church is empty and no one comes to it, that was your dream, and you've created it, so you will always be proud of what you've done. And it's really unlikely that no one will come to it if you're proud of what you've done and if you're happy with it, because then it's surrounded by good vibes. And it exudes positive, loving energy, and people will come to it. People will be drawn to it. So that's really the message for today. Number-wise, we've got 3 and 5 is 8. And another 8. So we've got 8 and 8, first of all. 8 is about power and strength. So your dreams and your hopes are something that come in powerfully and strongly today. So first of all, listen to those. And second of all, realize that you have the power to build your life the way you want it to be. You know, that decision I made about Brighton or Glastonbury is going to change my life. If I were to move to Brighton, I would have a different future. So these aren't weak, nothing little decisions. They're life-changing events. So you have the ability to make a really strong decision that's going to affect your future. 8 and 8, really powerful. Your feelings are going to decide what happens to you coming up in future. But 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, and 7 is about mind and creativity. So listen to your gut feelings, combine it with your intellect and the common sense that you've got and the experience and the thoughts that you have around things. Pile all of those things together, do a reading for yourself, throw stones, read coffee grinds, read tarot, do the I Ching, whatever you feel comfortable with, or just pray about it. And in combination with all of those things, pull them all together, get creative about the info that you've got, and then make a decision based on that and get busy. And you won't regret what you're doing. It's a wonderful day to build something really beautiful and to build one of your dreams and make them a reality today. Have a fabulous, wonderful, fantastic day. If you would like a private reading with me, I do personal readings. You can order your reading on my website. It's gregoryscott.com. When you go to the website, on the front page, you'll see book your reading. You can click on that and that'll take you to the readings page. Or you can click on the readings tab on the top right hand side and that will take you to the readings page, and you can order a regular reading or an urgent reading in which you can speak to me in the next couple of days. So in my readings, I use the tarot, I use astrology and numerology. And like I said, I use all of those divination systems because they give me the intellectual, symbolic information that I like to use. And they open up my intuition to get me to the Akashic record so I can pull that information out and share it with you. And what I believe the universe wants you to know. That's how I feel about my readings. So the astrology charts in particular gives me a lot of information about you. It shows me what your soul purpose is, why you've come back into this lifetime. It tells me what your life mission is this time around, what you're going to be good at in terms of your career and work. It shows me what's destined for you in love, in relationships, in finances, in family relationships, spiritual progress, moving, hopes and dreams being realized, where the ego tries to sabotage you. All of those things are really apparent in the chart. And I can also look at what's coming up in future by looking at your progress chart, your transits, and the tarot. So any questions you have or anything that you want to understand about yourself better, or you want to get a deeper kind of insight into why you behave a certain way or why certain things in your life just don't work, then we can look at that via these tools and give you an answer. So I hope I get to read for you. Please do visit the website and order a reading with me. I'd love to be able to do your reading. I see them as, I feel honored that I get to speak to people about their personal lives and that I get to read for people. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think I'll use this deck again now that I've clarified the context of it. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel and I'll speak to you tomorrow.